welcome to the Beauty Know-It-All. It's part 2 of eye products that work, and yay, good news! We're on the high street. We're at the more budget end of the market, the budget to middling end of the market. So these aren't things you have to go out of your way to try and find. They're not going to be just available in clinic or in salon. They're available on the high street. And while I was researching this, it was so interesting. I obviously went through all my products that I'd liked and tried and I'd written about in the past year or year and a half that had been launched. But I started looking really closely at prices and budgets as well. And even high street eye products seem to come at a premium, with the exception of one, which you'll not be surprised to hear from the Ordinary, for value per milliliter. Some companies seem to think that the minute it's an eye product, you can somehow charge more money. Anyway, I've done my absolute best to find some really banging budget buys for you. You know my theory about eye creams if you watched part 1. Are they worth buying 90% of the time? No. Don't spend any money on an eye product if it doesn't offer you more than what your everyday eye serum or lightweight face lotion does. Yes, the skin around your eyes is finer. Yes, it's prone to puffiness, which is why you can't use very rich creams and oils around the eyes, but you can use pretty much most of your hydrating serums, your hyaluronic acid serums, your niacinamide serums right up and over the eye. Just take care with retinols around the eyes and really high levels of vitamin C. The rule is to go into the occipital bone and no further in. There's actually a capillary action with your eyes, and it's not just me with my lines. With everybody, if you apply here, the ingredient actually can travel up and into the skin around the eyes. Somebody did ask me though how to hydrate dry eyelids, because some people do get that, and I say again, use your normal hyaluronic acid serum right up and over the eye. If it's a serum, it's going to be lightweight, it's going to be relatively, I hope, oil and heavy humectant free. In other words, it's not going to cause puffiness. But let's start with my budget eye buys, shall we? Let's start with the one that most of you mentioned. You'll not be surprised to hear it's the Ordinary Caffeine serum. Now, what's interesting about this, it's a caffeine 5% solution. The Ordinary is one of the few companies that actually tell you the percentages of their products, of the active ingredients in their products. And since they've launched this and it's become an absolute cult bestseller, you'll start to see the word caffeine in lots of eye products. It has been around before, but at a lower level. Now, here's the thing about this. I absolutely love this product, and I've talked about it before. When I'm doing early morning TV, or I have to get up really early, I'm prone to really bad puffiness, and my eyes can look really puffy as I get older to later and later in the day. If I sleep with this on, the puffiness will be reduced by about 50%, and if I apply it again first thing in the morning, it then takes my eyes down really quickly. Now here's the thing about it, it's drying and tightening. It really is. If I open that up, you can see the product actually starts to dry around the lid if you keep it for a period of time. And that sort of white flaking can sometimes happen if you over apply the product on your skin. And somebody asked me, if I use this and then apply another product on top, a more hydrating product on top, am I going to undo the good work that this does? The answer is no. That's the secret. Apply this and then apply your hydrating hyaluronic acid serum over the top if you find this is too dry. Such good value for money. I nearly swore there for a second in a positive way. Such good value for money. There is a huge wait list for it, and I have to say at the moment not available in the UK for one reason and one reason only, and that's because the liquid they dissolve the active ingredients in has got a problem with licensing in the UK. There's nothing wrong with it, it's completely safe, but it's approved for use in Canada and the States, but our EFSA, I need to check that. I'll put the right letters up here. I think it might be our Food and Drugs Administration or our EFSA have basically said that they have not approved the carrier for this in the UK, which is a real pity. Anyway, they found an alternative, it worked just as well. It's not the carrier that counts, it's the active ingredient. Let's talk about something actually which is available on the high street, but you can also buy it online, that I've used a number of times in an emergency, and that is heel gel eye. Now, Heal Gel is a bit of a cult product in the UK. I'm wondering if you can get it globally. I'm sure they will ship globally. It was created by a group of incredibly talented cosmetic surgeons and plastic surgeons, and it was designed to help boost healing of scar tissue. Anyway, one of the founders, it's very funny, he told me a story about how basically they were carrying their normal Heal Gel, and they got a really bad irritation. I think they were diving somewhere and some salt water, or their eyes got irritated anyway and really swollen in the sun and the salt water, and I think they were deep sea diving or something like that. And they decided to use Heal Gel and worked out that you could be applied around the eye. Well, that's the Heal Gel Eye, that's the specific product. And the reason I like this is because it has a range, it's super lightweight, it's gel, it's lovely, cooling and soothing. And this is what I use if I have an eye emergency. And that means if I have done a lot of filming and I had to pretty much go for it with my wonderful makeup eraser or my muslin cloth, and I've made my eyes slightly tight or dry or irritated. Everybody will understand that if you've done a lot of filming or you love your false eyelashes. I was wearing those clip-on false eyelashes, those magnetic ones, over Christmas and the New Year. They left my eyes slightly tight. This will go literally right around the eye. I even take it over the lash line completely. It's a really great one to use after you have your eyelashes dyed or tinted, your eyebrows tinted, which I did yesterday. It's just cooling and soothing, and it's stacked full of really great active ingredients. And as I say, this one is slightly less scented and slightly lighter in consistency. It's the only difference. It's got all the active ingredients in. Let's talk about one of my brands that I always talk about. You know, I really love Olay. And one of the things I said about eye products is, and you know I have my rules, is you mustn't spend too much money, because 90% of the time they're not worth it. They've got to add something above and beyond your normal face serum. One of the other reasons I like to buy an eye product or invest in an eye product is if it offers cosmetic benefits, i.e. it either has a silicone in, which gives you those lovely soft focus kind of face tuning in a pot particles, which basically you pat on under your eye. Be careful putting makeup on top because it has a tendency to roll back off again, and it instantly fills the fine lines and softens the appearance of dark circles. And the other one is if they put a pigment in, and I really love this Olay product. Okay, so this they launched 3 last year. This is without a doubt for me the hero product, and it's the Olay Ultimate Eye Cream. And the reason I like it is because this is a brand new pot. It's that colour. Now, it looks like it's going to be, it looks like a concealer. It hasn't got that level of pigment in it. It's super, super, super hydrating. But if I put it on the back of my hand, you can see it's a sort of peachy finish. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, if I have got skin any darker than yours, Nadine, how am I going to apply it? But you actually pat it on and it leaves just a soft, light demi matte finish to the skin, and it's peachy for a reason, and that's because the peach cancels out the purple of the dark circle. I remember being on counter with MAC once, and a really beautiful Asian woman came up to me and said, what do I do about my dark circles? And I spoke to the woman behind the MAC counter, and she brought out this pot like this of a concealer, and it was bright orange, and she said, I know this is going to be really scary, and she patted it into this woman's dark circle, and her dark circle magically disappeared. Orange cancels out purple, peach will cancel it out for most skin types, and it just gives a really flattering soft focus effect. So it's hydrating, yes, but it's kind of like a face tune in a little tub. It really is such a great product. I really hope everybody actually supports this product, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's a bit of a risk for Olay, because it's sort of half skincare, half cosmetic, as in colour cosmetic. I love it. I really love it. Now, I'm going to do another shout out to something that is no longer available in the UK, and I want this company to bring it back, but it is available in other countries, and that is this product by The Body Shop. And this is the Vitamin C Eye Reviver Duo. And it launched here quite a long time ago. And I think it was one of those products that sort of flew under the radar. And for some reason, it's not available in the UK anymore, but you can get it on websites. And you can get it, for example, Body Shop Ireland still sell it. And I think the Body Shop US still sell it. And this is what a budget eye product should be all about. It's really great value for money, and it's dual-ended. One end has a really cool little roller ball, so it's the equivalent of that. It's Uviant's product, and you put it on and it's hydrating, lightweight, super nice, cooling, loaded with glycerine and humectants, but it cools as it goes on, so it's for puffy eyes first thing in the morning. And then this is so clever. At the other end is an eye cream, but in a what I would call a lip applicator, and actually it works around the lips really well as well. Now that is also loaded with humectants, glycerin, things like that, butylene glycol, things like that. But this has an SPF in it and a soft focus silicone mica sort of finish as well. So you end up with something to cool you first thing in the morning. So I would put the first one on before I blow dry my hair, for example, or clean my teeth, and then go in with that one afterwards. And that works really well over top of makeup as well. The vitamin C, not at an active level as far as I'm concerned. Too far down the list of ingredients. It shouldn't really have ever come under the vitamin C labelling grouping. It should just come under the grouping of I nearly said it again, blooming brilliant budget eye product. It's really, really, really good. Body Shop, if you're watching, please, please, please bring it back in another format, in a sort of wake up. It's for all ages. It's not particularly, it's hydrating, but it's not particularly anti-aging. I know everybody hates that term, but it's, you know, it's not loaded with peptides or anything like that. It's just got beautiful humectants, a cooling action, and a soft focus action. And finally, Neod Fractionated Eye Contour. It was, along with the Ordinary Caffeine Eye Serum, the most mentioned eye product on my last week's video when I asked you for your favourite products. I really love this product. I've used it quite a lot. It's a targeting serum that basically tries to tackle dark circles, tackle puffiness, tackle fine lines, tackle dehydration. I would use it in conjunction with the caffeine, or I would use it at night and use the caffeine in the morning. It's super lightweight. Currently not available in the UK because of the same reason that the caffeine one isn't. The carrier is not approved in the UK and they're looking for an alternative carrier. I tell you what the feeling is, if you know, do you know CE Ferulic SkinCeuticals? It's got that feeling. I absolutely love that. I really love it. It feels like a lightweight, super hydrating oil. Goes beautifully, beautifully under concealer and makeup, and really is their gold standard, tries to tackle all your eye problems, active serum. My cat trying to get out the door. What are you doing, Yogi? Come here. Come here. Come up here. Come up here. Come on. Come on. I want to see everybody. Oh, look at this. Look at this. You alright, Yogi? You alright, Yogi? You don't have puffy eyes in the morning, do you? No. No. Yogi. Yogi. Not interested. Not interested. Right, off you go. That would be easier, wouldn't it? If I'm just going to sit on my lap now. Okay. That would be easier, wouldn't it? If I just had fur, then you wouldn't see all my eye problems, would you? No. Bye-bye. It was without a doubt the most popular thing mentioned under my previous eye video. It is relatively reasonable value for money. It lasts a really long time. It comes in a carrier that I feel has a really similar, currently has a really similar feeling to CE Ferulic. Feels slightly oily. It's actually not an oil at all, and then it dries away to nothing. And what's left behind, I've got to let him out, what's left behind is a beautiful hydrated finish that goes so well under makeup. In my opinion, it doesn't tackle dark circles. An eye product never can, because it's at a level that is below the skin, below a level that the eye product can actually even penetrate to. But I think it tackles fine lines. I think it tackles skin discoloration here. Quite a few people have skin discoloration here from using eyeshadows and really heavy pigmented products. I think it tackles that really well. I think it tackles fine lines really well. I think it tackles pigmentation, puffiness. I think it tackles puffiness a little, but not as much as the caffeine one. And it really is just a really great eye serum. Highly recommended. There you go. They are my high street heroes, all 5 of them. Some of them I want to bring back to the UK. Some of them are coming back to the UK. All of them are well worth looking at and testing, and they won't break the bank, which is super important with an eye product as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Next week, the long-awaited lip dupes, because I've collected so many now. They're in a carrier bag down here, and it's literally just a question of me trying them and putting them on the back of my hand and matching and mixing them up so that you get from high end right the way down to high street. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you next week.